I will never forget my first time in the Computer Institute. Can I really learn anything? The short story is that I trained as a refrigeration and air conditioning technician. But when systems and some controls I worked with became computerized, I realized my need to be computer literate. Over time, I could see clearly where Alvin Toffler was coming from when he said, the illiterates of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read and write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. Really, why is the need to learn, unlearn, and relearn? The answer is wrapped up in a single word: change. In this context, I mean change to be improvement or replacement of something of the same kind with another that is newer, better, or even different. Like change from old telephone box to smartphones. It could also mean transformation from one thing to something different, like change from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Because change that is like what I just described is so common and ongoing in the affairs of humans. Learning and adapting must also be non-stop if we are to remain relevant. That's why we have produced this video to emphasize your need to keep investing in your brain. My name is Titus Ajimishugbe. I am a lifelong student of studies, a co-sponsor of Smart Education and Management Innovations. We are influencing lifelong learning as well as leading people's mind on how to learn and how to teach. Let me acknowledge up front that learning something new is challenging. For me, learning to interact with computer along with young learners, combining this with my work and other things that are important in my life was a challenge. In actual fact, the information knocking the stem of the brain every moment is far more than the brain can handle. Therefore, we must develop and keep renewing the force inciting us to action. That is, the faculty of the mind in which we gather and process information and draw conclusions. This must be given prime attention throughout life, regardless of who you are. Of course, you need to keep developing professionally. However, professional or career knowledge and skill is not all there is to learn. For instance, you may be entering a new phase in your life. Or like many people, you may be concerned about your community or a better world and be wondering how you can make a difference. Different topics. Things to know little about but that are necessary to know. Relationships, communication, parenting, transaction methods. The bombardment of what you could possibly learn can be overwhelming. The eye is not satisfied at seeing, nor the ear filled from hearing, was the observation of King Solomon of ancient Israel. Even at that, we can usually pick and focus on what to learn if we keep renewing the faculty of the mind with which we gather and process information. So far, the brain is receiving information through the senses of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. So long as the brain is getting alert through those sources, then you are capable of learning. And you should keep learning. The capability to learn does not stop at a certain age. The key thing is your interest. Take a look at this. Because the human body is designed to live forever, it implies that our brain is designed to learn forever. How about that? Why not find out? You see, if you don't keep learning into this world, the place you could fit in will no longer be available. Rather, what you are choosing for yourself is life in a world that no longer exists. The reality is that there are two things about what you learned and knew yesterday. One is that it is ever demanding an upgrade. If not, it is on its way to become something obsolete. On the other hand, information and skill that is up to date and relevant is the raw material needed to process things. That's why you need to keep learning. So, what have we put across so far? One is that you need to keep learning, and that the foundation for lifelong learning is to develop and keep renewing your capability to decide what is more important and the action it requires. Another thing is that age should not stop you from learning. The third point should be registered fully in your mind, which is that if you keep learning, you will be exposed to a world of possibilities. Possibilities you would not have discovered on your own. Then too, your mind will keep thriving even to your old age. But then there is a question. The question is, how can you sustain your interests until you understand and are able to put your newfound knowledge to good use? Watch out for our next video. If this presentation makes sense to you, please share it, hit the subscription button, and raise your thumb up for us. Sharing it is a way to encourage others to keep learning. See you soon.